Om Shri Sai Ram. Let me offer my most humble salutations at the lotus feet of beloved Bhagawan, dearest Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. To be, to do, to see, to tell. This is the mantra. These are the 4 catchphrases for Swami's Mahavakya on leadership. I will not simply lecture you on this. Let me share a beautiful episode, a very rare incident. Most of you would never have heard it possibly, from the life of Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, a thing that happened in 1974. And that will give us clarity on what it means to be. Before delving into what it means to be, let us experience it and understand it. Let me begin with a scenario. Just imagine that you are standing on the banks of a beautiful river. The river is flowing and you see that there is one person standing on the banks of the river and enjoying a dip, a bath in this river. Now, as he is having this bath, you notice that upstream in the river, there is a scorpion that has fallen. And that scorpion is now flowing with the river and coming towards this person. Being a good-natured human being, you call out, Sai Ram, or hello, mister. You call out to him. He turns back at you and you tell him, be careful, there's a scorpion coming over there. And he looks, he sees the scorpion that is headed towards him. Oh, and he looks at you and he says, thank you so much, for warning him. And you are feeling happy because you have done a good deed. But then you observe something very strange and possibly crazy. What this man does is, instead of getting out of the water so that the scorpion doesn't come near him and sting him, he moves towards the scorpion. He goes towards the scorpion and tries to catch the scorpion. In fact, he catches it. But you know what scorpions do when you catch a scorpion? The moment he catches the scorpion, it stings him. He lets go of that scorpion. It falls into the water. Again he tries to catch the scorpion. Again it stings him. Again he lets it go. This happens 3 or 4 times. At this point, I would like you to think of this simple question. I want you to describe this person, what you will call this person, in one word. This thing that I shared is actually a story that Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, our dear Swami, shares about a man doing exactly this. And he keeps doing this till he is able to catch the scorpion and put it on dry ground. And he has been stung, his hand is swollen, and I think he must be rushed to the hospital now. At that time, everybody comes and says, you're a fool, you're a madcap, maybe you're innocent. What is the need for such bravery? Just like all said, right? But what word does Swami use to describe this person? Swami uses the word dharmic. Dharmic means one who is righteous, one who always does his duty. Wow. This person replies by saying, it is the nature of the scorpion to sting. The scorpion doesn't see good person, bad person, it's a deer, it's a elephant, it's a crocodile, nothing. Anytime anybody catches, it will sting. So this man says it is the nature of the scorpion to sting. But it is my nature to have compassion. Swami says, Hridaya, man's heart. Hridaya means a heart that has daya or compassion. It is my nature, my dharma to be loving to all. And therefore, the scorpion is doing its dharma. I am doing my dharma. That's all. I started with this story because this story gives us an amazing insight of what it means to be. When we speak of leadership, when we think of great leaders, we often think of people who give very amazing speeches. But then, to speak or to tell is considered as quite far away in leadership, according to Swami. Swami says, before you tell, you should do. To do comes before to tell. Because simply we can speak, right? We can speak without meaning anything. We can be platform heroes, as Swami says, but be practical zeros. But when you do something and speak, it makes greater impact. But then even doing, we can do just as a show for others. When everybody is watching, the way we behave is different from the way we behave when nobody is watching. What is most important is to be. When I am being that, whether people are watching or not, whether people consider me as brave or foolish, whether they consider me as wise or ignorant, I don't care. I will do what I have to do because that is what I am. To be is the first most important step in leadership. That is the foundation. To be, on which we build the next structure of to do, finally to tell. It was sometime in the middle of March 1974. Swami was in Vrindavan, Bangalore, in the Whitefield ashram, and he began to complain of some pain in the foot and ankle. Swami's feet were paining. So, when this happens, the few people who had the chance to stay with Swami, who had the proximity, who had the great opportunity to serve him at a physical level, they began to massage his feet. What a great opportunity it is. These are the feet that grant the greatest solutions to the greatest problems that humanity can face. Those feet people have yearned to just touch, to just see. You're getting a chance to massage. So therefore everybody began to massage. But that massaging did not help. The pain kept increasing. And it also kept rising. As I said before, it was only the foot that was paining. Now the ankle began to pain. And slowly the pain ascended, and Swami's calf muscles, the calves began to pain as well. The most shocking thing happened when, in those days, Swami's close servitors, one of them, people who were allowed to be in close proximity within his residence, one of them was Dr. Sundar Rao. He was an ophthalmologist, an eye doctor, whose son, Mr. D. Narendra, he was the principal of the Vrindavan college. So the principal's father, Dr. Sundar Rao, he felt that what pain Swami is experiencing is not an ordinary pain. There is something odd about it. He felt that it is possible that Swami's feet have got paralyzed. So what did he do? He took a pin and poked it into Swami's foot. And when he poked that pin into Swami's foot, it went in. What happens when somebody just touches us with a pin? We withdraw our hand or foot immediately because we feel the pain. It's a reflex action. But no, Swami didn't pull his foot back at all. The pin went into his foot. He pulled out the pin. There's a little bit of blood. But Swami's foot is not even moving because it has got paralyzed. And to make matters worse, this paralysis is rising up. It started with only the feet getting paralyzed. Then the ankle got paralyzed. The calves have got paralyzed. And there were others as well. Dr. V.K. Gokak, who was the first Vice Chancellor of the Sathya Sai University, he was also there because at that point in time, Swami would hold special courses for students from across India at Vrindavan in Bangalore. That was called the Summer Course in Indian Culture and Spirituality. So Swami was preparing for this summer course, and therefore all these people were there. The Vice Chancellor was also there, and now Swami is having this problem. There was also another Western devotee by the name Joel. This story has been recorded by two people, Howard Murfett in his book Sathya Sai Avatar, and by Diana Baskin in her book Divine Memories with Sathya Sai Baba. In both these books, this incident is recorded and I am narrating that. So as this paralysis was rising, Swami was now no longer able to even climb the stairs to go up to his room. And Swami is fiercely independent. He doesn't take help from anyone. So he would sit and drag himself with his hand and go up the steps. It was so painful to watch. In fact, on one occasion, as I said, this Western devotee was there, Joel. Mr. Joel used to consider Swami as his best friend. He said, Swami, what are you doing? And he went and picked up Swami, held him up in his arms and carried him to his room up. This became a source of worry now. Those people got to know, those who were there inside, that, oh, Swami is having this paralysis. His leg up till his knee now. Up till the knee has got paralyzed, both his legs. Which means Swami can't walk. Swami is not able to give darshan. 2 darshans have been missed. Swami never misses darshan. So now the devotees are going to get worried very soon. They will start wondering what happened. Why is Swami not giving darshan? So what Swami does? Look at Swami's love. He doesn't want, he is the one who takes over the worries of the whole world onto himself. But his worry, his pain, he doesn't want to give it to anybody. Because his nature, this is what I say, to be. The human nature, human dharma, manava dharma, is to recognize the same divinity in all, and therefore somebody else's joy is my joy, somebody else's pain is my pain, and therefore I will strive my best to give joy to everyone and ensure that I don't give pain to anybody. That is what Swami would say, help ever, hurt never, because that is our dharma. That is what is meant by to be. And Swami did not communicate to anybody, because he knows people will get pained when they get to know Swami is paralyzed. So what does he do? He tells to put his writing table near a window, near a door which is visible to public, and he sits on that chair and he is writing, so that people can see, oh, Swami is fine, he is writing, oh, it looks like he is fine, I don't know why he is not giving darshan, but Swami is fine. Not only that, he would open a door and then stand there looking at everybody from the bungalow, so that they can also have his darshan and say, oh, Swami is fine. What the devotees and people didn't know was that when Swami is standing there, there are 2 people sitting on the floor and propping up Swami, holding him so that he doesn't fall. All this Swami is doing. The people who knew, as I said, there was Dr. Gokak, there was Dr. Sundar Rao, there was this Mr. Joel, there was also a young man, a lad by the name Murli, who had the opportunity to serve Swami. All of them got very worried and they said, Swami, please allow us to call a specialist, a neurologist, because this is paralysis, it's very bad. And Swami laughed away and said, no. No doctor can help this, just let it be. They can't do anything because Swami is refusing to allow a doctor. But this paralysis is rising, as I said, each day. Another day later, when Dr. Sundar Rao comes and tests, this paralysis has now spread to Swami's thighs also. How do you know? Because when you poke a pin into Swami's thigh, there is no reaction. You poke a pin to Swami's hand, Swami will pull his hand back. But into the thigh, the pin just goes right in. Swami is not moving at all, not flinching at all. Oh my God, this paralysis is rising up and up. It started with the foot, now it has reached the thigh. Swami, please allow us to call the doctor. No, nothing doing. See, this is not the first time this is happening. As I said, this is March 1974. In the July of 1963, June and July of 1963, Swami had suffered a paralytic stroke where the left half of his body, whole left half of his body had been paralyzed. I don't have the time to go into the details of that story now, but on my channel, I have done a complete video, a 1-hour satsang on this episode, through which miraculously Swami revealed his true identity as Shiva Shakti Swarupa, and the way whole thing happened was amazing. He had multiple reasons why that paralytic stroke happened, but the immediate reason was because he had saved a devotee and taken on that stroke of the devotee. This had happened in July of 1963. So these devotees thought that, oh, Swami has taken up the paralytic stroke, paralysis of some devotee maybe. So once that is fine, he will get fine. But when they asked Swami whether the cause of the paralysis was because he had taken over the problem of a devotee, Swami said, no, I have not taken over any problem of any devotee then. Then, what is the reason for this paralytic stroke? Two reasons were given. Both are so different. Very interesting, very interesting. The first reason is, both the reasons Swami only gave, but both are so different. The first reason is that Swami said that the yogis and many spiritually advanced people are testing whether Swami is really the avatar. So they are sending powerful waves across, which is paralyzing his body. So, can't Swami defend himself? Yes, he can. But if Swami were to defend himself, these powerful forces would go back, return. And when it hits the person who has sent, they will not be able to bear it. And Swami said, it is okay. If this is done to any normal person, that person will just not be able to survive it. When they see it, they are also, after all, my devotees. They are testing, they are doing it as a test for the Lord. Test is my taste. So no problem, I will pass their test. Then they will realize. That is one reason. The other reason Swami gave is, he said, when I was in Puttaparthi, just few days back he was in Puttaparthi and he has travelled, as I said, because in a month or so the summer course is going to start there in Vrindavan. For that Swami has travelled here. He said, when I was in Puttaparthi, a lot of people would send food for Swami. Swami said one of them sent poisoned food because that person wants to test whether Swami is God or not. And he feels that if Swami is God, nothing will happen to him. But if he is not God, he is sure to die. And that is good. We don't want frauds here. We want gods, not frauds. So, if he is not God, he will die or he will get permanently impaired because it's a strong poison. Now you may ask me, which of these is true? Is the yogi theory true or the poison theory true? Well, both are true. Because the avatar, when he comes, he accomplishes multiple tasks with one action. Every time. Like they say, striking two birds in one stone, right? Swami blesses 2 birds, 3 birds, 4 birds, 100 birds in one action. Because the avatar has very limited time in the physical form. So much to accomplish. So with one act, Swami does multiple things. So therefore, this also is like that. Okay, now they have got the explanation, but what do we do? Another point over here. See, just like the devotee tests God, God also tests the devotee. The devotee tests God before accepting God. God tests the devotee before accepting the devotee. It is fine. Both are welcome. It's only we as devotees don't welcome. We don't want tests. Because, oh God, it's so much difficult. We don't want. We don't like tests. Whether normal tests in the school or college or tests in life, we don't want. We want to just get free pass. But it is the tests that show us our value and give us confidence. Without the test, we won't have confidence. But the Lord welcomes tests. Yet, many people have tried to challenge Swami, and Swami does not accept challenges from everyone. Why? Because it depends on the intention of the person who is testing. Yes, everybody who is coming and throwing challenges have negative intentions. But those who are sincere, Swami responds. Even if your intention is negative, if you are sincere in your approach, God is ready to accept. There is the case of Rassi Karanjia. He is a great editor and a journalist who has interviewed many great people in the world. He was dead against Sathya Sai Baba and he decided that he'll come and expose Swami. Many such people have wanted to come and expose Swami, but Swami didn't care a damn for them. But when it came to Karanjia, Swami welcomed him. He is the strongest. He is the worst person, who can write about you. He had written that Sathya Sai Baba is the biggest fraud and he planned to expose him completely. Such a person Swami called for an interview because despite his terribly negative bias, Karanjia had great sincerity. That is a beautiful story in itself. Well, at the end of it, Karanjia wrote an article which he titled as God Lives in India. Anyway, so these people, whether it is a yogi sending their powerful beams and forces or this person who has put poison in the food to test Swami, yes, it's a negative thing that they have done, but they have done it with sincerity and therefore Swami chose to respond. He didn't keep away from poison, just like that person didn't keep away from the poisonous scorpion. Because it is the nature of the scorpion to sting, but it is my nature to save. So too, it is the nature of the devotee to test. I will bless. That is my nature. That is what is meant to be. Such an inspiring episode. Swami bore all the pain. Swami gave this explanation, and these people were satisfied with the explanation. But what next? Swami is not ready to see the doctor. Swami is not healing himself. Swami, please. They began to pray. Swami, please cure yourself. Please cure yourself. Swami said, no, little more time, because that person should know that Sai Baba has got affected. And then he will know that I consumed the poison. Otherwise, he will think that I didn't eat the poison only, and that's why nothing happened to me. That nothing need to happen to me if I take poison. I drank the alahala. Swami has, as Lord Shiva, he has drunk the alahala and nothing happened. It just became the Nilakantha, the blue-throated one. But in order to convince the devotee and win his faith, to build his faith, I am ready to do this. 4 days, 5 days passed. On the 6th day, as I said, Dr. Sundar Rao, who was there, he came and said, Swami, by today 6 p.m. if you don't become fine, I am not going to bother, Swami, I am going to get a neurologist. Mr. Joel also got very upset. He said, somebody convince Swami and get a doctor. Otherwise, I am going to do something. Everybody was very worried now. That night, when Dr. Sundar Rao went to bed, he had a beautiful dream, a dream of Swami. And in that dream, Swami was sitting with his legs paralyzed. Swami calls him, and Dr. Sundar Rao in the dream dips his hand into water and sprinkles water on Swami's leg. And Swami's leg becomes fine. He woke up from this and he felt happy and sad at the same time. He felt happy because this was such a lovely dream. He felt sad because it is just a dream. Because Swami is still paralyzed there. 7th day, almost 7th or 8th day, it is Swami is still paralyzed. He was wondering, dreams of Swami, are they true? But I don't know, maybe because I want Swami to cure himself so desperately, I am dreaming like this. And that day when they all gathered, Swami had stopped giving darshan. Almost for 1 week, Swami didn't give darshan. But these people who had the privilege of entering Swami's house, entered Swami's house. When they went in there, Swami wanted to go to the bathroom. Swami dragged himself and they were all in tears. Swami. He's dragging himself, imagine, and dragged himself back outside the washroom. They tried to help. Swami said, no, I'll move on my own. I'm fine. My hands are fine. By now the paralysis has spread till his hips. Hip below, he's completely paralyzed, dead. They're just hanging limp, the legs. Swami goes there and drags himself, and now they come and help him to sit on the chair. Everybody's eyes are filled with tears. Swami, what? Swami says, okay, now it is enough. It is time now. And he says it so comfortably, but with such authority. Everyone knows something is going to happen. Swami asks for a glass of water. He dips his right hand fingers into that water and sprinkles some water on his left leg. When he does that, and he kicks, the leg kicks out, the leg is back. Oh, they are so thrilled. And Dr. Sundar Rao, who is there, he says, Swami, in my dream I saw that I was putting water on your leg. Because he is now happy, he is sharing his dream. Swami says, yes, come here. Dip your finger and put on this leg now. And Dr. Sundar Rao gets this unique opportunity where he dips his fingers into that tumbler of water, takes water and sprinkles it on Swami's leg. And the second leg also kicks, and Swami stands up and says, come, I'll go and grant darshan. With that, the whole drama came to a close. I'm saying it a drama, but this episode where Swami took on the paralytic stroke. Now this, dear brothers and sisters, is what we mean to be. Just because you have the power, you don't quash and crush those who are trying to poison you. Because your nature is purity and selfless love. Irrespective of what the other person does, I will give my love. So that is what is meant to be. And when we are like that, automatically all our actions to do will be perfect. and the words that we speak will also be perfect, automatically we will become leaders. Swami was not elected as a leader, Swami was not selected as a leader, Swami was just celebrated as a leader spontaneously, because he has spoken, he has given discourses, but before that he has done it. But before doing it, he has always been that. I would pray to Swami that may the love that we have in our hearts towards him keep growing stronger every passing moment, till we become one with him, one with his knowledge, where we realize that he is God and so are we. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.